Hey everyone, welcome to our YouTube live. And in this YouTube live, we are going to solve some wonderful questions related to logical reasoning. Now, basically, today's session is all about the general mental ability. So, let us start with the first question at hand. So, let us say if we have a series, let us say 1, then 6, then 15, then we have a question mark right here, and then we have 45, and then we have 66 and 91. And the options available at hand are: the first option is 25, then the second option that we have is 26, the third option that we have is 27, and the fourth option that we have is 28. Now, the questions related to these kind of general mental abilities are basically very concept based. So, if you are comfortable in the concept part of the question, then questions related to the general mental ability are fairly simple to solve. But the problem is that many times we kind of mix and match the functions that we have there. So in any case, I'm giving you a time interval of 2 minutes. So what I will do is I'll first write a question and then kind of give you 2 to 3 minutes to kind of solve this particular question. So as you can see, we now have a situation where we have this wonderful question. So I'm giving you 2 minutes. Let us see in 2 minutes if you're able to solve this or not. And after 2 minutes, I will give you the solution. So the time starts right now. So general mental ability questions are there, and then we have different categories as well. So as I said, that the very first thing that you need to understand is to kind of identify which particular section of the general mental ability is this particular question being framed. So right here, what we have is a category that is called the general mental ability. So in general mental ability, you have these kind of questions where you solve it and then kind of foresee how does the things go roundabout. So I hope you might have figured out the answer. So as you can see, there is a particular pattern in these questions. So for example, if we have 1, then we have 6, then we have 15, then there is a question mark, then there is 45, then we have 66, and then we have 91. So clearly, if you notice, the pattern here is such that when you jump from 1 to 6, there's a difference of 5. Similarly, between 6 and 15, if you notice, there is a difference of 9. Now, from this particular pattern, if we skipped out this part because this is a question mark right here. So between 45 and 66, so 6 minus 5 is 1, 6 minus 4 is 2, so this is 21. And from 66 to 91, this is 5, and then 7 minus 6, sorry, 8 minus 6, that is 25. So if you notice, the difference is increasing by 4. So 5 and 4, 9 plus 4 will become 13. Then that means that should be 17, 21, and 25. So now I'm giving you another 2 minutes to figure out what is the answer. And after that, we will have a look at the final answer. So kindly proceed with the question and then we will see. So I hope you must have figured out the answer. Please tell me the answer in the comment box quickly so that we can discuss it further if your answer is correct or not. So did anyone get the final answer? If your answer is yes, then please mention in the comment box. So yeah, so did anyone get the answer? Please mention the comment box. So if you notice, the pattern here is pretty simple. So right here the pattern says that this is plus 5, then plus 9 and plus 13, and so on and so forth. So clearly when you follow the same objective here, so that means you can either add 13 to 15 and then kind of add 17 to the same number. So we'll go by 15 and the 13 concept. So that means we now have a situation where 15 plus 13 becomes 28. So that means the correct answer for this particular problem is option number D. Now, clearly questions in this particular section here, I've seen that this particular section of general mental ability involves some kind of like a roundabout kind of thinking. So questions that you will solve in general mental ability are not the same like as your usual questions, because in usual questions what happens is there is some kind of a set formula. But in this kind of questions, the concepts change as per the questions involved. So clearly for this kind of questions, the concept would be rather not direct in the nature. It would be really, really indirectly asked for you to produce. All right, so shall we start with the next question? And if you have any doubt, please mention in the comment box so that I can know that this question is clearly understood. After that, we'll proceed to the next question. Okay, so now let us rub this off and start with the next question. By the way, please don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, as from now on we'll be bringing you daily YouTube live for the logical reasoning questions. And this will be highly helpful for you to kind of prepare for any competitive exam that you're targeting. And in general, if you are just interested in solving general reasoning for your mental ability kind of questions. So let's rub this off. Okay, so now I'll give you the next question. So we'll write a Q here. All right, so the next pattern is 2, then we have a 5, then a 9, then 19, and then we have 37, and then we have a question mark. So the question is that you have to figure out this question mark by identifying the pattern involved in this question. So I'm again giving you a 2-minute window to kind of figure out what will be the possible value of this particular um, set pattern over here. So can we proceed with the solution, and then we'll discuss the solution part of it. All right, so by now you must have figured it out that these kind of problems, as I said, are very, very indirect in their behavior. So clearly, if you notice, we'll have to first frame out a possible pattern for this kind of a problem. So the very first question is that if we write the numbers a little distance apart, that is 2, 5, then we have a 9, then we have 19, then we have 37, and then after that we have a question mark. So clearly 2 and 5 don't follow any kind of a direct multiple format. Similarly, 5 and 9 don't have that. 9 and 19 doesn't have that, and 19 and 37 does not have that at all. But if you notice, the nearest number that is just before 5, which is a multiple of 2, is 4. The nearest number of 5, which is just below after 9, is like 10 over here. And in case of 19, the nearest multiple before 19 is 18. And in case of 19, we have 36. So if you notice, there's a plus 1. So that means 4 plus 1 would become 5. 10 minus 1 would become 9. 18 plus 1 would become 37. And 36 minus 1 would become 36 plus 1 rather would become 37. So in this kind of a format, 19 twos are, sorry, 19 twos are is 36. I'm sorry, this should be 38 minus 1. So if you notice, this is the pattern that we have kind of figured this out from this general mental ability problem, that the pattern of numbers are such that there's a there's a plus minus 1 alternate adding and being subtracted, and then we have a double of that number. So for example, if you want to apply this particular concept in this particular part here, so first of all we'll have to double up 37. So 7 twos is 14. Let's multiply this here. So 37 multiplied by 2. So 7 twos is 14, 3 twos are 6, and then that is 74. So this will be 74. And following the pattern here, this minus 1, we'll get a plus 1 over here. So 74 plus 1 becomes 75. So this is the answer to this particular problem. And I'm giving you 1 minute to analyze the solution. And if you think you have any alternate solution, please mention in the chat below so I can have a look over it and then kind of respond to your doubt. Alright, so by now you must have figured out the answer. So if you know the answer, please let me know in the comment box.